In today's English lesson, you are going to be learning English in the world's largest urban rainforest. And maybe the first term we should talk about is urban. Urban means like the city. The difference is rural. Rural means out in the country, like kind of where we are right now, or at least it looks like that. But we are still in the city of Rio. This is the world's largest urban rainforest, which means we're still technically inside a city. It's about 13 square miles wide, and we took an Uber to get here. I'll show you a little of that footage in just a minute so you can see what urban looks like. Before we talk too much about the rainforest here, let me take you back to Rio. As we were leaving this morning, it was definitely rush hour. Oh, I need to watch my step around here. All right, it is rush hour here in Brazil, and it looks like they have a police officer directing traffic. A lot of horn beeping. That was nice. He let the man with the scooter go. Now in just a minute, there should be a ton of traffic coming this way. Gridlock, we might say, when there's a big traffic jam. Gridlock, nobody's moving down there. So I don't know. The traffic light way up there. Looks like it's working. Maybe just for rush hour, they have police officers directing the traffic, and the most, like, where the cars are being, let's see, how can I say this? Where there is more traffic than any place else in the city. Maybe. I don't know. It seems pretty busy. You have pedestrians trying to cross. A bunch of cars just backed up there. Another big road there. I'm just standing here waiting for my Uber so we can go to Tijuca National Forest. I hope I'm saying that correctly. All right, here's a police officer on a motorcycle. Oh, maybe a very important person. I don't know, who knows? Maybe that's what the holdup was. In that black car, maybe somebody very famous. All right, here they come now. Oh, he's flying, the police officer. Oh, look at this. Here they all come. A lot of motorbikes. The front. Got some taxis. You got a passenger van there. And just over here, we have a man with a cart and some umbrellas, a bunch of beach chairs. He is probably bringing that down to the beach. So, got a bee on me here. So that, right in the camera now. He likes the camera. So that he can sell those to people lying on the beach, or maybe sitting in a beach chair. He dropped us off at the entrance, which is great. But when it came time to end our ride and try to tip him, we didn't have internet. So luckily I could tip him with cash, but the worry that we have here in this rainforest is we don't have any cell service. So I hope we're able to get out of here okay, but we'll keep you posted on that. It could be an adventure getting out of here. Oh, and rainforest? It's exactly what it sounds like. Forest, so lots of trees, lots of plants, and they get a lot of rain. That would be where the rainforest comes in. Over here, we would call this a picnic area in English. Maybe a nice place to have lunch after you've been hiking all morning. Oh, look at this bench. Beautiful. It looks like it's been decorated with broken tiles, possibly. And another thing is, when we arrived, because I don't have internet, Google Translate wasn't working, and nobody at the visitor center spoke English. Now, there are tons of animals in here. I'm not so sure about snakes. I hope there aren't any snakes, but one of my favorite animals of all time is in this rainforest. In English, we call that a sloth. But they're elusive little animals. I'd like to teach you that word right now, elusive. It means hard to capture. In this case, it's hard to see. How about this, using the verb elude? That's where elusive comes from. Elusive is an adjective describing things, but to elude, that means like to run away from. So here's a sentence. The criminal eluded the police for 2 weeks before they caught him. So that would completely make my day if we were able to see a sloth somewhere here in the rainforest. Oh, and in this playground we have what we would call a slide, but for a very small person. And behind me, there is a sign telling us that there might be tortoises in here. I think. Not turtles. There must be a difference between turtles and tortoises, but I'm not sure. If I figure it out, I will leave a little information on the screen. I'm a little out of breath because we are climbing a mountain right now, but all of Rio at one point was rainforest, but then somebody got the idea that, well, maybe this part of Rio should be set aside. English phrasal verb right there. Set aside. It means like to save in order to use in the future. So they set aside this 13 square mile park to really help with Rio's water problem. But this was man-made. It's not natural. I had some notes saved on my phone of who set it aside, but because we have no internet, they aren't working on Google Docs right now. Another thing. Jamie and I thought we could buy water at the visitor center, but no, we can't. Look at this big tree trunk. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to be pretty thirsty if we ever get out of here. And the more walking I do and the more dehydrated I get, that means you are losing water. It might be hard for me to teach. Maybe we will drink some natural water here in the rainforest. Nah, probably not a good idea. There's probably going to be a pretty impressive view from the top here, but I do want to warn you, if you are going to come to Tijuca National Park here in Rio, it's free, which is good, but it's the one place we probably should have gotten a tour guide for, because they would be able to point out some English phrasal verb there for you. They would be able to point out all of the amazing stuff that Tijuca National Park has to offer. I'll try not to breathe too heavily into the microphone. Okay, we've made it to the summit or the top. Those are both words you can use when you're talking about the top of the mountain. So we're here at the summit, and I don't know the name, but it was something like Alto di Bandieri. So I'm thinking that might be drums. Could be, or is it bandit? I don't know. Please, in the comments, if you speak Portuguese, what did that sign say? I don't have class right now. I have what's called the study hall, but there are students in my room and they speak Portuguese. I just asked them what that sign meant, and they told me it means like high flag, not bandit, not drum. I was wrong. But unfortunately, all the way up here, we do not have great views. There are still a lot of trees blocking our view, but I'll give you a 360. I'll turn around in a circle so you can see what I see. Oh, I heard a dog barking in the distance. Maybe we're not so far away from the city after all. Maybe we will be able to Uber out of here. I think coming down from a mountain is always worse than going up to a mountain. You're more likely to fall, I think. At least I'm more likely to fall. Jamie just gave me 2 words that I should teach you: ascend and descend. When you're going up, like going up a mountain, you can say you are ascending the mountain, or you could say you're descending the mountain, which is what I'm doing, and it just means to go down. Here's that sign. Turn the camera around here, please. Any idea what that sign means? Alto, I know, is high, but I don't know that other one. Oh, bandiera. That's probably sounding too Italian, I don't know. There's another way to get up there, but I think we're going to skip that. We'll just keep descending the mountain. And if you are a Portuguese speaker and watching this, please don't make fun of my Portuguese. That's one of my superpowers, I guess. Pronouncing things in Portuguese horribly wrong. And sorry, I don't usually teach with gum in my mouth, but because my throat was so dry, I decided maybe chewing some gum would help keep my mouth a little more wet, a little more saliva flowing through the mouth. Saliva, spit. Do you know that term in English? Maybe we will do a little interview with Jamie, my wife, if you've never seen her. I'm wondering, what are her thoughts on us getting trapped here in Tijuca Forest, because we can't call for an Uber. I wonder if she is worried. I wonder if she is as worried as I am. And also, is she super thirsty like I am? And you might be wondering, where is Jamie? Why aren't you two hiking together? And we kind of are, but she doesn't want to be in every shot, so she's gone up ahead of me. I will catch up to her eventually, but every so often she will yell up, "Hey, are you good?" And I just say, "Yeah, still doing okay." It's important to, I guess, trek or explore the forest, hike with another person, just for safety. But if something does happen to us here, I don't know who we would call without cell service. So that is a little concerning. But if one of us fell, hurt ourselves, got dehydrated or something, the other person could go to the road, wherever that is. Don't think it's too far. They could get help. Jamie is here, and I'm going to ask her, how do you feel about getting out of here? Are you a little nervous because we don't have cell service?
I was nervous at first. I actually asked Brent if we should pay our driver just to stay here until we were done. But I believe if we just follow the road down, it's a one-way, so it's not as crazy as some of the other roads we've been on. I think if we just follow the road down, we'll eventually get some service and be able to get an Uber out of here.
All right, wish us luck. There are monkeys in this rainforest too, and I think we just saw one, but those things might also be elusive because we saw him once and he was gone. He went this way, but I've heard of monkeys stealing cameras. I hope he doesn't grab this from my hand. I don't know. Let's talk about the term camouflage. It's a word in English. Sounds like it might come from the French, but basically a lot of the animals are camouflaged, which means they blend into the area that is around them, and it makes animals who are camouflaged really hard to see. This monkey was kind of black with a gray and black tail, so he could be really close. I just can't see him because he's camouflaged. I think in a lot of touristy places around the world, they will have these signs written in their native language. So here in Brazil, it would be Portuguese, but oftentimes there's also English. Not always the case here in Brazil. Whoa. Okay, we have some steep steps. If we want to go down to this waterfall, we have to go down these really steep steps. But hey, if we see a monkey, it'll all be worth it. And someone who works here at the park looks like they're doing a little maintenance, fixing some of the things in the park. Oh boy, here are those steep steps again. Okay, we are making the long walk down the mountain on this road, but luckily there is a bike lane and a car lane. So I don't know if you remember the Christ the Redeemer video, but that was a crazy road. People were walking, people were biking, cars were going in both directions. This is way more calm and less dangerous. How about this term? Speed bump. So there's a bump in the road right here, and that is there to slow cars down so they don't go as fast. If you go fast on a speed bump, you're probably going to be wrecking the bottom of your car. How about this sentence? My gum has lost its flavor. I've been chewing this piece of gum for a little while now. It was mint, and now it's nothing. And I would love to get rid of this gum or throw it away, but I don't think I should do that in a natural rainforest. So I will just keep chewing the gum, keeping the rainforest tidy, even though my gum has lost all of its flavor. I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but admission into the park, it's free. There is free admission to this park. You do not have to pay. Here comes a motorbike. A Jeep tour just passed us. We're really wishing we would have taken the Jeep tour, but it didn't get really good reviews for some reason. Unlike the tour we took a couple days ago when we visited all of those landmarks. So I don't know, maybe a tour would have been better, but I think we will be coming up to some pretty cool waterfalls in just a minute. Oh, it looks like there's a French tour. Spoken French on this tour. And I'm sure we could have taken an English tour. Actually, I think this is where you get the Jeep tours. Not sure if that Jeep tour is the same company that I looked up on the internet, but yeah, look at that. Little tub with a fountain coming out of a lion's mouth, maybe? Is that what that is? Luckily, we made it back to civilization. We can definitely use the bathroom if we need to, but there's still no cell service, so we might have to go even lower down the hill to get some cell service and call an Uber. Do you want to see what the bathrooms look like at Tijuca Forest? Or at least some of the bathrooms? I already checked, there's nobody in here, and I don't think there's a light in here, but got your basic toilet. Another basic toilet. And a bucket. I'm not sure why the bucket. Maybe at one time there was a shower in here. Who knows? But you also have a sink. More Portuguese that I can't read. You know what I do like though? This bench. Great tile work on this bench. Now, if that doesn't look like a plant in a rainforest, I don't know what does. All right, I think these waterfalls are pretty famous. I've seen pictures of these before. Let's see how awesome they are for real with our own eyes. Okay, we made it after a 30 or 40-minute walk. Oh, hey, guess what? We're reaching civilization now. Turn it around because there's a monkey, I think, or an aardvark, something. What is that thing? Oh, he's trying to get in the trash. He looks like what we have back home. We'd call him a raccoon, but I don't think that's a raccoon. I'll have to look what animal he is up, but oh, he just crawled into the trash can. Well, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by this animal, we've made it back to civilization. I think we will be able to find an Uber. We don't have to spend the night in Tijuca Forest. But if you have enjoyed this English lesson, please hit that subscribe button, give it a like. If you want more English, right up there is an English lesson I made in Brazil. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.